Rivera, who will talk about safe and effective transdermal RF fat reduction.
Hello, everybody. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you my experience during the last 4 years using the device, transdermal radiofrequency device, over 130 patients. Okay, I don't have any conflict of interest. We look for that. This is our goal, to find the apoptosis of the fat cells. We need to remind that we look for this kind alpha-2 receptors fat cells because they are serotype dependent, anti-lipolytic response, poor diet response, and poor response for exercise too. And the typical area which we can find that the abdominal flanks and trochanter area. Sorry, I go. Okay. Which are our best patients for treated? Well, patient without morbid obesity, BMI less than 40, patient without any surgical indication, patient who have already tried diet and exercise and don't have any kind of success, patient with high social and labor requirements. With this one, we have surgical contraindication for sure, patient with operation of surgery, we need patient with real expectation, and finally, for anyone with localized obesity who want to eliminate. Which are the worst candidate for us? Well, of course, BMI over 40, patient with surgical indication, for example, when associated with abdominal dermocalasis, presence of pacemaker, prosthesis or metal near the area of trade, pregnancy, thermohyperestasia, a patient with over high expectation. This is not a surgical procedure. Summarize, these are our best patients for treated, and these are the worst patients for treated. Well, I like to mention these two magical numbers. The first one, 27.12 megahertz, because it's going to absorb only for fat cell, not for the surrounding tissue, not for skin, not for muscle, not for nerves. It's really safe. And the second magical number is the power, 300 watts. Is the temperature that I need to increase and achieve the deposit to around 45 centigrades is the temperature to lead to the apoptosis. And we measure the apoptosis. Well, it's the cellular suicide, is the permanent cell death caused by biomechanical process. When our body notice that, start our macrophages to eliminate it, eat it, and take away through the lymphatic system, and this all take 15 to 30 days to complete the work. This is the device. It's important to know that have a great applicator surface to at the same time can cover all the abdominal area and the flanks. That's why we can treat the multiple area at the same time. We don't have any kind of consumables. It's homogeneous result and pain-free treatment. Really, we have really low complication rate, only transitory redness and sometimes indurations. We mentioned like panicolitis. It's a simple procedure. It's a more learning curve, take less than an hour, and can be delegated. It's really important because it's error-proof treatment. They have a system, piece of system that if our patient touch the applicator head, the system shut down or decrease the amount of power to avoid any kind of complication. The classical post-treatment recovery time is nothing. Our patient immediately return to work and social activity. We don't request for diet or exercise. We only request for intake a lot of liquid. Of course, avoid weight increase, and always call our patient to a follow-up assessment 30, 60, and 90 days after we finish the treatment. This is all the area we can treat. And all our patients pass to this control, height measurement, weight and bioimpedance measurement. We look for the average of visceral fat and body fat. not only measure the area we want to treat, like the abdominal area, at the same time, we measure the circumferential of the control in the arm and the thighs. We use a planimetry. And we take photo in the same position, at the same distance, with the same camera and the same light. All the patient, let me look to run this video. Well, the video doesn't fix well. Well, don't worry. All patients, I perform an ultrasound to measure the thicker of the fat cell, of the fat tissue, to have a weight control before and after. And all this data we put in the control sheet. The best result, as I tell you, we need to wait to the macrophage to complete all his work, and it takes, in some cases, 30 to 90 days. And I start show you my results. The first one, before and after, 5.5 centimeter less and with 2 kilograms less. This is the back view. And you can see here the fall, the difference of the fall, the profile. A younger patient, again, with a weight reduction, 5 centimeters less. And you can see the measure of the fall. Again, in the profile, look the great difference in the measure of the fall. A young man with this great decrease of the abdominal area. And more important is this photo because I have a great prolonged control, 70 months post-treatment, and you can see he obtained the same result without any treatment. And here, well, the video, don't worry. I show the difference between the start and the final result. Okay, don't worry. The back view of the young man, 6 centimeters less. It's really nice profile because the patient is in a sit-down position and you can see the difference between the fall. Another abdominal area and the V-shaped area. A great reduction, 10 centimeters less, and the patient is really happy with the result and asks for more procedures. Here is the ultrasound control and the decrease of 43 millimeters of reduction. And again, with 8 more sessions and a great amount of final reduction of 15 centimeters less. This young lady in the front view, for sure, it's different to measure the result, but in the profile, it's important to measure that there isn't any kind of difference between the weight, and all the difference is between the reduction of the abdominal area. That's why it was made by the device, not for itself, for herself. And this is my brother. We made a trip to the beach in Ibiza, and I mentioned some comments about the abdominal area. When we returned to Buenos Aires, he asked me for made the procedure, 8 sessions, and this is the post-treatment photo in Thailandia beach with this great result. And this is the control in the abdominal area, ultrasound control with the difference between the before and after. Well, side effects, only 6 transitory redness and 4 transitory in duration, panniculitis. All of them are fixed by itself. We don't do nothing, only waiting time. This all give me the possibility to write 2 papers. The first article in Spanish on my country. This is the free download link. And I found that more session, more reduction. With 6 sessions, the average is 1.93 centimeters, and with 8 sessions, 2.42 centimeters of reduction. The same device, the same treatment, but with more patients, give me the possibility to write that in a foreign journal, the Journal of Advanced Plastic Surgery Research, with the same result: more session, more result, better reduction. 6 session 1.90 centimeters, and with 8 session 2.47 centimeters. In conclusion, real transdermal fat reduction without permanent complication was achieved. Minimum side effects, as I show you, spontaneous remission without any kind of treatment, is daily well. We don't have any kind of consumables. We have a PISA system. It's really important to avoid any kind of complication. It's repeatable for as many times as you or your patient decide. We don't have any kind of limit. Of course, it's not comparable to surgical results. Nowadays, I add to the device a high-intensive electromagnetic treatment for sure to obtain better result at the time I increase the muscle and not only to reduce fats. Thank you so much for all your attention.